My friends, I have traveled the world, and everywhere I go, I meet people running fast, working hard, chasing something they cannot even define. Everybody is busy, everybody is hustling, but I have learned that activity does not mean progress. Just because you are moving does not mean you are going anywhere. The treadmill moves all day, but it never leaves the gym. We live in a generation that glorifies the hustle. Grind harder, they say. No sleep, no rest, no days off. But the question I want to ask you today is this: what are you hustling for? Because if you don't know the why, the what will destroy you. There are people burning themselves out, not because they lack energy, but because they lack direction. You see, when purpose is unknown, energy becomes abuse. Activity without direction is the greatest form of frustration. You wake up early, go to bed late, and still feel empty. You accomplish many things, but none of them satisfy you. You check boxes, but you don't feel fulfilled. And then you wonder, why do I feel tired even when I succeed? It's because success without purpose is failure in disguise. The hustle mindset teaches you to do more. The purpose mindset teaches you to become more. One fills your schedule, the other fulfills your soul. The hustle says, if I work harder, I'll make it. But purpose says, if I align myself, I'll reveal it. You cannot outwork confusion. You can only outgrow it through clarity. Listen carefully. Busyness is not a sign of effectiveness. The devil doesn't have to stop you. He only needs to keep you busy doing the wrong things. Many of us are so occupied with the urgent that we neglect the important. We chase promotions, applause, and validation, but neglect the very assignment for which we were born. Let me tell you something that might shock you. Not all success is from God. Some success is just well-managed stress. You can succeed your way right out of peace, out of family, out of health, out of destiny. That's why I say never confuse movement with meaning. Hustle is movement. Purpose is meaning. When I was a young man, I used to believe that if I worked hard enough, I would make it. But one day the Lord said to me, Myles, I never told you to make it. I told you to become it. You are not designed to chase success. You are designed to manifest purpose. When you find your purpose, success will start chasing you. So before we talk about goals, dreams, or achievements, I want to lay this foundation. The hustle without vision is like a race without a finish line. You run hard, but you never arrive. That's why today, I want to help you discover the difference between the hustle mindset and the purpose mindset, because one will drain you and the other will define you. Let's begin where understanding begins, in definition. Because if you cannot define a thing, you cannot control it. There are two mindsets ruling the world today: the hustle mindset and the purpose mindset. They both look similar on the surface. Both people work hard. Both wake up early. Both want success, but they're driven by two different motives and produce two completely different destinies. The hustle mindset is born out of survival. It wakes up every morning saying, I've got to make it happen. I can't afford to fall behind. It measures life by speed, competition, and comparison. It looks at other success and says, I'm late. It is constantly trying to prove something to someone, to a parent, a friend, a social media audience. The hustle mindset feeds on pressure. It celebrates exhaustion as if burnout were a badge of honor. It's a treadmill mindset, running, sweating, moving, but never progressing. It produces achievement, but not fulfillment. It multiplies motion, but subtracts meaning. Now, the purpose mindset is born out of clarity. It doesn't wake up to survive. It wakes up to serve. It doesn't say, I've got to make it happen. It says, I'm here to manifest what was already designed. It measures life not by how much it does, but by how much of what it does aligns with why it exists. The person of purpose does not compete. They complete what was started in them. They are not chasing applause. They are following assignment. When you live by purpose, peace becomes your proof. Listen, the hustle mindset is about time. I'm running out of time. The purpose mindset is about timing. My time will come. Hustle rushes. Purpose matures. Hustle focuses on performance. Purpose focuses on becoming. Hustle says, how can I get ahead of others? Purpose says, how can I stay true to myself? Let me make it plain. The hustle mindset asks, what can I do today to be seen? The purpose mindset asks, what can I do today to be significant? There's a difference between being popular and being powerful. Popularity fills rooms, purpose fills lives. Popularity fades when applause stops. Purpose endures when no one is watching. You see, the hustle mindset makes you addicted to movement. You feel guilty when you rest because you think stillness means failure. But purpose teaches you that rest is not weakness, it's worship. Even God worked 6 days and then rested. Why? Because rest is proof that you trust the process. When you live by purpose, you know that you don't have to chase every opportunity. What belongs to you cannot pass you by. So today I challenge you, stop living by the calendar and start living by conviction. Stop asking, what should I do next? And start asking, why am I doing this at all? If you don't define your why, your work will define you and it will never be satisfied. Let me leave you with this truth. The hustle mindset measures success by how much you have achieved. The purpose mindset measures success by how much you have obeyed. Because, my friend, you can reach the top of the ladder and still discover it was leaning against the wrong wall. Every mindset has a source. Every belief comes from somewhere. You did not wake up one morning thinking the way you do. Something formed that thought. Something fed it, and now it frames your life. The hustle mindset is not a product of purpose. It is a product of insecurity. It grows out of the soil of fear. Fear of being forgotten. Fear of being less. Fear of not being enough. The person with the hustle mindset says, if I can just do more, maybe I'll finally feel worthy. They believe that performance equals value. And because of that, they live like slaves to achievement, constantly trying to earn the approval of others. But let me tell you, my friend, you were never designed to perform for worth. You were created to produce from worth. Your work does not give you value. Your value gives your work meaning. That's why the hustle mindset is dangerous. It roots your identity in doing, not in being. You become addicted to motion because motion distracts you from emptiness. And that emptiness is not a lack of energy, it is a lack of identity. Now listen carefully. The purpose mindset is born out of identity. It flows from knowing who you are and whose you are. It does not begin with what you can do. It begins with what God said about you. Jeremiah 1:5 says, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. That means you existed in the mind of God before you existed in the body of man. Purpose is not something you create, it is something you discover. It was finished before you began. So the difference between hustle and purpose is not the size of your dream, it's the source of your drive. Hustle says, I must prove myself. Purpose says, I must express myself. Hustle is reaction. Purpose is revelation. Hustle looks outward for validation. Purpose looks inward for confirmation. Hustle needs applause. Purpose needs alignment. Let me share something personal. Years ago, someone said to me, Dr. Munroe, you're too ambitious. And I smiled and said, no, my friend, I'm not ambitious. I'm intentional. You see, ambition strives to become something you're not. Intention expresses what you already are. When you know who you are, you stop trying to prove and start trying to produce. When identity becomes clear, activity becomes focus. That's why some people can be working just as hard as you, yet they never burn out because they're not hustling, they're fulfilling. Purpose brings peace even in pressure, but hustle brings panic even in success. Purpose is internal fuel. Hustle is external fire. One burns bright, the other burns out. Hear this truth. When you don't know who you are, you will spend your life trying to become someone else. You will copy their rhythm, their schedule, their habits, and even their dreams, but you'll never find your own. You cannot discover purpose by looking around. You discover it by looking within. The answer to your frustration is not more effort, it's more understanding. You don't need to move faster, you need to move truer. So I ask you today, where is your mindset rooted? Is it grounded in identity or driven by insecurity? Because until you fix the source, you will repeat the cycle. Remember, purpose is born when identity meets intention. And when that happens, you stop hustling to survive and start living to serve. Now that we've uncovered the source of each mindset, let's move deeper, because you cannot live by purpose until you have vision. Purpose is your reason for being, but vision is the picture of that reason in motion. Purpose answers why you exist. Vision answers what that looks like on earth. And every true vision must pass through tests, not to destroy it, but to prove it. There are 4 tests of vision that reveal whether what you are chasing is divine purpose or human hustle. These are the same tests I have taught leaders, presidents, business people, and believers all around the world, and they never fail. 1, the passion test. What ignites your spirit? Passion is the fuel of purpose. When something is truly yours, it doesn't drain you, it draws you. Ask yourself, what moves me so deeply that I cannot stay silent about it? When you discover that thing, you are close to the core of your vision. Hustle burns energy on anything that promises reward. Purpose invests energy in what? Demands responsibility. If your heart doesn't burn for it, it may not belong to you. Because God never gives you a vision that bores you. Your passion is the divine clue to your assignment. 2, the burden test. What breaks your heart? Every true vision is born out of a burden. Moses' burden was injustice. Nehemiah's burden was broken walls. Jesus' burden was lost humanity. Your burden is the problem you were created to solve. It's the pain that you cannot ignore even when you try. When something disturbs your peace repeatedly, don't dismiss it, define it. That disturbance may be your calling knocking on the door. And listen, hustle avoids pain, but purpose transforms it. The hustle mindset says, I want success. The purpose mindset says, I want significance even if it costs me comfort. 3, the gift test. What comes naturally to you? Your gift is God's evidence that he intended you to make a difference. You were not born empty, you were born equipped. Every gift is a hint of purpose. Some of you keep saying, I have nothing special. But the truth is, you've been using your gift so long, you've stopped recognizing it. Others call it talent. The Bible calls it seed. And every seed has one purpose: to multiply. You don't chase your gift, you steward it. Stop admiring other people's abilities and start developing your own. Because until you master what you have, you will never manage what you want. 4, the faith test. What would you attempt if you knew you could not fail? This is the ultimate test. If your vision doesn't scare you, it's probably too small. Faith is not denial of difficulty, it's confidence in design. You don't need all the answers before you start, you just need obedience to begin. Many people never fulfill purpose because they want guarantees. But vision does not come with insurance, it comes with instruction. God doesn't give you sight for the whole staircase. He gives you just enough light for the next step. Faith is walking even when you can't see the finish line. So I ask you, what dream keeps visiting you in silence, but fear keeps you from answering? That's probably the one heaven is waiting for you to pursue. When you pass these 4 tests, passion, burden, gift, and faith, you will know that your vision is not a hustle-driven fantasy, but a purpose-driven revelation. Write them down, reflect on them. Because if your vision cannot pass these tests, it may just be ambition wearing spiritual clothes. Let me leave you with this truth. Purpose gives you peace, vision gives you direction, and faith gives you movement. And once you align all 3, no hustle in the world can compete with divine momentum. Now I want to show you what happens when the hustle mindset and the purpose mindset collide. Because many of you listening right now are standing at that intersection. You love God, you have a vision, but you're trying to fulfill a divine purpose with a worldly system. You're trying to live kingdom principles with a culture's pace. My friend, that collision produces confusion. It creates exhaustion in the soul. You are doing the right thing, but in the wrong way. You are carrying a heavenly dream, but you're using earthly methods to make it happen. And that, my brothers and sisters, is why some of the most talented people you know are also the most tired people you know. You cannot execute purpose using hustle's principles. Why? Because hustle says rush, but purpose says rest. Hustle says compete, but purpose says complete. Hustle says push harder, but purpose says grow deeper. These two systems cannot coexist peacefully in one heart. It's like planting a seed and then digging it up every day to see if it's growing. The seed will die, not because it lacked potential, but because it was forced before its season. The same thing happens to vision when you rush it. Some dreams die not from doubt, but from premature exposure. You were so busy trying to prove that you were ready that you never allowed yourself to become ready. You see, the hustle mindset teaches us to chase success, but the purpose mindset teaches us to become valuable. Success is not something you pursue, it's something you attract by the person you become. That's why I often say, don't pursue money, pursue mastery. When you master your gift will create opportunities that hustle could never open. There was a young man who came to me once, and he said, Dr. Munroe, I've built 3 businesses. I've made good money, but I feel empty. And I told him, that's because you've been climbing a ladder, leaning against the wrong wall. He was successful at something he was never supposed to do. He had motion, but no meaning. He was applauded by people, but invisible to his own purpose. Let me warn you, if you succeed outside of purpose, your success will exhaust you. Because you will have to maintain with effort what you've built without revelation. But when you build within purpose, grace becomes your fuel. Purpose sustains what hustle can only start. You can always tell when a person is living by hustle. They are always anxious about the future. They measure their worth by comparison. They speak in fear and urgency. I must do it before someone else does. But the person of purpose walks with calm authority. They know what's theirs will come. They understand seasons. They don't panic when doors close because they know closed doors are as protective as open ones. So here is the truth. The hustle mindset runs after opportunity. The purpose mindset prepares for it. And preparation always outlives pressure. The person of purpose doesn't need to chase. They attract. They don't strive. They position. Because when you are aligned, timing works for you. My friend, don't let hustle rob you of harvest. Slow down and let purpose ripen. If you rush the process, you will forfeit the promise. And remember, fruit force before its season is sour. We've seen what happens when hustle and purpose collide. Now let's talk about how to cross over. Because once you see the difference, the question becomes, how do I move from striving to significance, from burnout to breakthrough, from hustle to purpose? My friend, this transition doesn't happen overnight. It happens through shifts, deep inner changes in how you think and how you see yourself. You cannot live a new life with an old mindset. You cannot walk in destiny while still driven by survival. So let me show you the 3 shifts every person must make if they want to live by purpose and not by pressure. From competition, contribution. The first shift is from competition to contribution. The hustle mindset says, I must win. The purpose mindset says, I must serve. Hustle makes you see everyone as a rival. Purpose makes you see everyone as a resource. You were never designed to compete with others. You were designed to complete something in creation. The moment you start competing, you stop creating. Competition limits vision because you start running someone else's race. When you discover your assignment, you realize there's no competition for authenticity. Nobody can beat you at being you. And here's the truth. When you find your lane, peace replaces jealousy. Contribution is the antidote to comparison. Ask yourself, am I trying to outdo others or outserve them? Because in the kingdom, the greatest is the one who serves. You don't win by being faster, you win by being faithful. From activity, productivity. The second shift is from activity to productivity. You see, hustle fills your calendar, purpose fills your life. Activity makes you tired, productivity makes you fruitful. The hustle mindset loves to be seen working. It equates busyness with value. But busyness is not a spiritual gift. Jesus finished his work at age 33, and yet he never rushed. He was never late, never anxious, never behind. Why? Because he only did what the Father assigned. That is purpose. When you are led by purpose, you stop doing everything good and start doing only what is yours. You learn to say no, not because you're arrogant, but because you're focused. And hear this, discipline is not control, it is commitment to clarity. Stop measuring success by how much you do. Start measuring it by how much of what you do actually matters. Free from motivation, revelation. And the third shift is the most important. Moving from motivation to revelation. Motivation says I can do it. Revelation says I was designed for it. Motivation depends on emotion. It fades when you get tired. Revelation depends on identity. It strengthens you when you feel weak. The world will tell you stay motivated, but God says stay aligned. Motivation changes behavior. Revelation changes being. Motivation inspires you for a moment. Revelation transforms you for a lifetime. When you receive revelation about who you are and why you exist, you don't need someone to cheer you on every morning. Purpose itself becomes your power source. You wake up not because you have to, but because you get to. That's why the most powerful people in history were not the most motivated, they were the most convicted. Conviction outlasts motivation every time. So, 3 shifts. From competition to contribution. From activity to productivity. 3, from motivation to revelation. Make these shifts and you will stop hustling for success and start manifesting significance. The moment you embrace them, peace replaces panic. Direction replaces distraction. Fulfillment replaces fatigue. Because the goal is not to work harder, it is to work truer. Now that you understand the shifts, let's make purpose practical. Because purpose is not a feeling, it's a system. If you don't build a system around your purpose, life will build distractions around your time. The world rewards those who are busy, but heaven rewards those who are aligned. You cannot live by revelation and operate in chaos. Purpose needs order. It needs rhythm. It needs structure. That is why discipline is not an enemy of purpose. It is its protector. Morning alignment begin with the why. Every day must start where your purpose starts, with your source. Before you look at your phone, look at your vision. Before you talk to people, talk to God. Jesus himself often withdrew early in the morning to pray. Why? Because clarity is born in communion. Purpose people live from the inside out. Hustle people live from the outside in. So begin your day with 3 anchors. Prayer to reconnect with the giver of vision. Journaling to remind yourself what truly matters. Declaration to speak what heaven says about you, not what the world fears for you. A few minutes of focus in the morning can save you hours of confusion later. Weekly purpose audit. Does this serve my assignment? Every week, take time to review your actions. Ask yourself, did I spend my time or did I invest it? Many people don't fail from lack of effort, they fail from lack of evaluation. Purpose requires pruning. Not everything that is available is applicable to you. Good things can become bad things if they pull you away from your main thing. So take inventory of your week. What conversations drained you? What tasks advance your vision? What habits need to be corrected? This habit of reflection turns experience into wisdom. 3, purpose partnerships walk with the right people. The wrong company can corrupt a right calling. Show me your circle and I'll show you your future. Purpose needs protection, and the greatest form of protection is environment. Surround yourself with those who remind you of direction, not those who distract you from it. Choose people who challenge your growth, not compete with your gift. Partnership in purpose is not about comfort, it's about alignment. 2 cannot walk together unless they agree. An agreement is not about liking each other, it's about believing in the same assignment. 4, discipline as worship. Purpose thrives where discipline lives. Don't think of discipline as punishment. Think of it as commitment to destiny. You are not being controlled, you are being consistent. The greatest proof that you believe in your purpose is that you plan around it. Make your schedule a statement of faith. Structure your time as if your destiny depends on it, because it does. When you build your day, your week, your relationships, and your habits around purpose, something powerful happens. You stop needing motivation because your system starts leading you. And remember, purpose without a plan is just potential. So build your purpose system. Protect your vision. Live from design, not default. When you finally decide to live by purpose, something beautiful begins to happen, not just in your work, but in your spirit. The reward of purpose is not fame, it is not fortune. The true reward of purpose is peace. Peace is the confirmation that you are in alignment with your design. You can have a full calendar and an empty heart, but when you live in purpose, your heart stays full even when your schedule is heavy. Because peace is not the absence of activity, it is the presence of alignment. You see, the hustle mindset promises achievement but delivers anxiety. It says run faster but never tells you where you're going. It produces people who are successful in public but broken in private. That's why you can reach the top and still feel lost, because success outside of purpose is simply a higher form of failure. But the purpose mindset gives you something hustle can never buy: rest while running. You move fast, but you're not frantic. You are busy, but you're not burdened. You're stretched, but you're not stressed. You live with a sense that everything you do matters because it flows from why you exist. The Bible says, seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. God, that means when you pursue alignment, provision pursues you. You don't have to chase success. Success begins to chase you. That's the secret the world can't understand. Purpose attracts what hustle chases. Think about Joseph. He didn't hustle his way into Pharaoh's palace. He simply stayed faithful to his purpose in the pit, in Potiphar's house, in prison. And purpose elevated him when the time was right. His story teaches us this truth. Purpose does not rush, it ripens. Purpose gives you clarity. You stop saying yes to everything. Purpose gives you longevity. You don't burn out because you're burning with meaning. Purpose gives you provision. Resources are drawn to relevance. And purpose gives you legacy. You die empty, not regretful. I often tell people the greatest tragedy in life is not death. The greatest tragedy is life without purpose. Death is inevitable, but purpose makes life intentional. When you die in purpose, you never really die, you simply finish. Jesus said, it is finished, not I am finished, because when you live by purpose, death is not an ending, it's a completion. So if you want to know whether you're living by purpose, ask yourself one question. Do I feel peace in what I'm pursuing? If the answer is no, then pause. If the answer is yes, then keep walking, because peace is proof of purpose. My friend, after everything you've heard today, I want to bring this home to your heart. Because revelation without reflection becomes just more information. Purpose does not live in your notebook, it lives in your decisions. I want to challenge you now, as a father would challenge his children. Stop for a moment and ask yourself, am I truly living or am I just moving? Have I been running on the treadmill of life, confusing movement with progress? Have I been so busy trying to survive that I've forgotten to serve? You see, purpose is not discovered in noise, it's discovered in stillness. So I want you to take a moment this week, just one quiet hour, and sit with these three questions. What am I doing that looks productive but isn't purposeful? Because not every open door is divine. Some are distractions with decorations. Examine your calendar. Where is your time going? What have you committed to that does not connect to your calling? Who am I serving through my purpose? Purpose is always for people. If your dream benefits only you, it's too small. God gives vision not for personal fame, but for communal impact. Ask yourself, who becomes better when I obey my purpose? 3, where am I trading peace for speed? Some of you have been sprinting after things that were never assigned to you. But here's the truth. Peace is never found in pace, it is found in place. Be where God placed you, and you will find peace even in pressure. These questions are not to condemn you, they are to clarify you. Because God cannot bless confusion, he only blesses order. And purpose brings divine order to chaos. Today, I want you to make a choice, not an emotional decision, but a life decision. Say within yourself, from this day, I will not live by the demands of hustle. I will live by the direction of purpose. Write it down. Speak it aloud. Tell your soul to remember it. Because this is the moment when your life begins to shift from surviving to signifying. When you commit to purpose, heaven commits to you. Provision, relationships, opportunities all begin to align when your life aligns. So here is my challenge. For the next 7 days, wake up and ask only one question. What would a person of purpose do today? And then do that, even if it's small, even if it's unseen, even if it's slow. Because consistency in purpose builds momentum in destiny. My friend, don't let this message remain inspiration. Turn it into instruction. Purpose is not something you find one day. It is something you live every day. Now, my friend, after all that has been said, after every truth, every principle, every challenge, I want you to make this moment sacred. Because knowledge without declaration remains dormant. Purpose responds to words, and your future is waiting for your voice. So wherever you are, I want you to speak these words aloud. Say it until your heart believes it. Say it until your mind aligns with it. Say it until heaven recognizes it. I am not a product of hustle. I am a product of heaven. I am not driven by competition. I am led by conviction. I was born with purpose, designed with vision, and equipped with gifts. I will not chase success. I will attract it through obedience. I am focused, not frantic. I am productive, not busy. I am calm, not confused. I move with peace because I am aligned with purpose. Everything assigned to me will come in its time. I will not rush divine seasons. This is my gift will make room for me, and my vision will serve generations. I will live full and die empty. Say this with faith. I am not running after approval. I am walking in assignment. I am not building for applause. I am building for eternity. I am not defined by what I do. I am defined by who I am. You see, my friend, the world around you may still be hustling. Let them run. You found something greater. You found direction. And when you have direction, speed is no longer impressive. Clarity becomes your currency. Peace becomes your success. So walk out of this message not with more motivation, but with revelation. You were sent to earth not to compete, but to complete a divine idea. You were born to solve a problem no one else can solve. You were designed to release a piece of God's intention in your generation. Let this be your legacy. You live by purpose. You didn't just run the race, you ran your race. You didn't just make noise, you made meaning. And when your time is done, may you stand before your Creator and hear those words that every person of purpose longs to hear. Well done, my good and faithful servant. Now go walk in purpose, think in purpose, speak in purpose, and live in purpose. Because when you live by purpose, you cannot fail.